This is what it comes down to. Game number 60. It's Chennai who's been waiting with their feet up in Dubai for the last 5 days. And finally had this. Everybody's been in this mad scrimmage, and Calcutta's come out of it, and they're going to be playing the final against them. That's a mouth-watering prospect, Joy.
It is, and I just love the fact that it's like a set of players whose careers are just starting. Even though Rahul Tripathi is 30 years old, but Rahul, Venkatesh, their place in the sun is just now. They've just got their place in the sun. Shubman Gill, Venkatesh Prasad, Shana, they're getting their place in the sun. And there's one man, MS Dhoni, standing out there, like ready to walk out in the sunset.
Who is the sun?
Yeah. And I've just, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not yet gone. I'm still here. So, I mean, it's just an incredible. This is the whole, I mean, I know Rituraj is there, who's a young gun for them, but this is a whole the ebullient youth of KKR versus this whole Chennai machine wants to win it one last time for probably the greatest captain in this tournament's history. So it's a mouth-watering prospect just in the different philosophies. One team is young, fearless, brash, came from nowhere, no pedigree. The big runs are all from young players who are not even playing for the national team, but they fought, scrapped, and got their way into the final after being almost last in the first phase. And the other is what we call tournament royalty. 8 finals, we reach 8 finals, non-finals, 3 times we've won it. We are royalty. I mean, the whole idea is that, okay, you first write down Chennai's name, and then you should decide, which other name you write for the final. So it's a mouth-watering clash.
They're like Uday Chopra and the Dhoom franchise. He's got to be there, right? He's got to be there. But if you look at this team now, I think there's only one question for the Knight Riders, Michael. If Russell is fit, do you play him? And if you play him, who do you play him for?
Well, they're going to have to make a call on the pitch, because obviously when you play your games in Sharjah, they got used to the pitch, they knew the conditions, and they just stuck with a team. Dubai might be a different proposition. It might be a different surface. It might be that if Andrew Russell can bowl, 4 overs, they may turn to change of Shakib. They may think that the left-arm spinner is not going to be option. I mean, again, we'll talk about Owen Morgan.
You can't, Michael. He may not be. All right, so I agree with you. He may not be able to, buy a run for love of money right now. But you can't drop the captain in a final, right?
No, and I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. But do not be surprised, because I just know the character that he is. He will do what he feels is best for the team. But that's not
best for the team.
I wouldn't.
Him, the captain, not being there.
Well, I think he's a massive player. I think he probably had 25 runs of value with his tactics, and maybe more with his man management of those younger players that we talk about. So I would certainly play him, but don't rule it out with Owen Morgan, because he's that kind of personality. I wouldn't be surprised if they play the same team as well. They've just won plenty on the trot. They're playing a brand of cricket that's putting the opponents under pressure. They're flapping a bit at the end, but they are getting over the line. So they're obviously made of something in that team to get over the line in tight games. Again, Chennai, we're going to talk about them. They won't change, will they? So KKR may not change. It's like, right, let's just play the final.
Making me nervous with all this. Morgan may drop himself talk. Don't do that. Don't play with our emotions, Michael. I think the team's played with our emotions enough today.
He might.
I think we've all had enough emotional upheaval for a night, all right? Just take it easy, Michael. Just take it easy on our beating hearts. But there's another factor as well, Joy, that the Bangladesh national team may just call Shakib because he plays earlier, isn't he? So they may just call him into their bio bubble.
They might call him into the bio bubble. I don't think they will, though.
When is his first game, though? No. Let's check.
17th. 17th.
Okay, his first game is... Oh, so his first game 17th. Does he play a final on the 15th then? And it's in Oman, by the way. Oh.
Yeah, look.
Oman. Oh, man. His game's in Oman.
Look, I think there'll be intense negotiation tonight. But remember one thing. If you look at it, Shakib, a lot of people in Bangladesh are following this tournament because of Shakib and how far he's taken them. And the fact that if Shakib's in a final, Kolkata doesn't lose. He's been in the finals, they've won twice. So it's a tough call to do, to turn around and say that, on your first match we're going to get you out of there. So I don't know how this is going to play. My sense is, I think they'll find a way for him to play both matches.
Did Sunil Narayan play those two finals as well? He played those two finals, didn't he? So are Narayan and Shakib the only two who played those two finals, who are still with the team?
Yeah, still with the team. Yeah, they're the only two.
There's no Russell then.
He'll play. It's the IPL. It's bigger than international cricket.
Oh, Michael dropping the headline bombs. I'm waiting to open the newspapers tomorrow morning in India digitally, because I don't get those anymore. The Chennai team, there's going to be no changes. Let's move on. Don't even show it. No, it's fine. It's done. Yeah, they're not gonna.
If they haven't bowled Imran Tahir yet.
Yeah, they don't lose and make changes. You think they're going to win and make changes? I really doubt it. Unless somebody's had. Oh, by the way, we were having a chat the other day, and Virender Sehwag and Ashish Nehra were talking about this. They said unless somebody gets injured over the next 5 days, sitting on a sofa at the breakfast buffet. They spoke about a time when someone had a suitcase fall on their toe. Michael, do you have any other bizarre stories of any bizarre injury like this, non-cricket related?
Yeah. Ashley Giles once, I had to announce the team in the Caribbean for a one-day game, and Ian Botham was doing the television. And the day before, Ian Botham had been driving the speedboat with Ashley Giles on the rubber rings behind. And as he does, Ian Botham was going rather fast and turning rather sharply. Ashley Giles flew off this rubber ring and ripped his groin. And I had to the next day say, and it was, by the way, it was a dry wicket, it was in St. Lucia. And Ian Botham said, on your team? I said, we've gone for a tactical manoeuvre. We don't think it's going to spin a great deal. And Beefy went, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I can rip it. So he backed us up.
What you should have said is that, Beefy, because you did not make a tactical maneuver in that speedboat, we had to make a tactical maneuver. That's hilarious. Yeah, so unless one of those things has happened, I think Chennai is probably going to play the same team day after tomorrow. Super exciting. Listen, juicy prospect of this final. Everyone is expecting team 1 and 2 to kind of play it the way they were bossing this tournament. But, well, the Knight Riders purely deserve this spot on the basis of their youth and the way they have performed. And the way they've been marshaled, the belief that they've had, they have really punched their way into this final. There's no other way of saying it. They've punched their way into this final. Remember, 1 week ago, it wasn't sure whether they would qualify or not. And now they're right here. They've kind of punched their way into this. So that's great. Kudos to them. And of course, Chennai, the royalty that's sitting over there. We were talking about the sun. He's the sun in two ways. One, he's the sun, the sunshine. And second, he's the prodigal son. So does the prodigal son return to the final and win it? Remember that he has lost a final 2 years ago, won this trophy 3 years ago. Can he do it this year? And if he does, will he walk into the sunset with it?